up in the sky. Brilliant range of colors entering my eye, and I see you running through a rose garden, unaffected by the thorns, moving with a passion I've never seen before. Run, 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 like a ring around the sun. Like a ring around the sun. Unexpected when you hold mother's hand, realize your child is there within. For a moment, world turns upside down, dancing on the ceiling, high above the clouds, and I see you running through a rose garden, unaffected by the thorns, moving with a passion I've never seen before. Run, run, run. Oh, baby, run, like a ring around the sun, like a ring around the sun. Oh, and I see you running through a rose garden, unaffected by the thorns, moving with a passion I've never seen before. Run, 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 ring around the sun. Rock me, baby, rock me steadily. Don't you stop rocking me till you know that I am fast asleep. Hold me closely, dear, keep me safe and near, because the world is so cold and we got a little fire burning here. You can steal all the covers, yeah, but don't you leave this bed. Days like this and us were made for each other. Who knows what will happen next? Oh,
You're listening to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show with your host, Brad Brock.
Yes. Good morning, Jammers. Welcome to Jams and Coffee morning radio program here on the interwebs and beyond. I am your host, Brad Brock, and I'll be guiding you through today's headlines and some other fun stuff here. I appreciate you joining me over on YouTube or listening in or watching on Facebook or JNC Radio, which you can tune into on jncpodcast.com if you just want to hear the show and not see my ugly mug on your computer screen all morning. You can do that over there, jncpodcast.com. You scroll down and you'll find the JNC Radio interface. And, of course, you can skip all of that and download the free LIVE365 Radio App from your favorite app store. And you can get right in there, search for JNC Radio, add us to your favorites, and tune in that way as well. It's a great way to cast it over to your Bluetooth speaker or your television while you're getting ready for your day. I hope that you give it a shot. Thank you, Philip and Paul, holding down the fort there on YouTube first thing in the morning, as per usual. It's great to see you guys. And those of you over on Facebook as well. I am watching the chats and comments, so if there's anything you want to chime in on just to say hi, or if you got a comment on any of the stories that we're talking about, I'd be happy to read those and get you into the conversation. We have the phone line down for the currently because I'm trying to tweak that to get that just perfect. So once that's back up and running, I'll let you guys know. But let's kick things off here with our Treasure Coast weather report. This morning, the temperatures are in the upper 60s to low 70s under mostly clear skies and some patchy fog for the morning commute. Looking out the window, and it looks a little foggy. Looks like there's a few clouds in the sky, but otherwise looks like a nice day out there. This afternoon, it's going to be a bit warmer than yesterday with the highs in the low to mid-80s. Mostly sunny with only spotty showers possible. Tonight, we're getting ready for the Artemis 1 launch from the Kennedy Space Center. There's a 2-hour launch window that opens at 1:04 a.m. Who's going to stay up and watch it with me? Weather conditions look favorable for much of the launch, or for the launch. Fog will develop overnight into Wednesday morning, and of course Wednesday's highs are going to be in the mid to upper 80s with a mix of sun and clouds and some late day showers as that wonderful, wonderful cold front pushes into the area. So we can't wait. I can't wait. I love cooler air. Makes it feel seasonal for me here in Florida. Aside from that, we have Philip's irrelevant weather report from Middle Tennessee. He said it's a little warmer this morning, around 40 degrees with showers throughout the area. He said the highs are going to be at 49 degrees up there. He said it'll be cooling tonight after the clouds move out and back into the 30s again, and highs into the low 40s for tomorrow into the rest of the week. You are really feeling the season up there, Philip. I always appreciate your irrelevant weather reports, unless, of course, we have other people listening from the Middle Tennessee area, in which case you get yours as well. Love it, love it, love it. All right, we'll dive right into our national days because we got a few of them today. So we're going to give you a reason to celebrate. I try to give you a reason to celebrate every day. That's why I do the national days. And so here are some reasons to celebrate today. First up here on our list, November 15th, the year 2022, it's National Spicy Hermit Cookie Day. What is a spicy hermit cookie? Well, let's talk about it. It's a cookie flavor reminiscent of autumn spices. And of course, it's recognized on this day each year. And it's ideal for baking up a batch of these delicious cookies. Considered an old-fashioned cookie, its spice comes from cinnamon, cloves, allspice, and sometimes nutmeg. Not all the time, though, apparently. And the added bonuses are the raisins, nuts, and dates. Hermit cookies originated in the New England area. In 1880, the young ladies of the Trinity Church, Plattsburgh, New York, published a cookbook, Champlain Valley Book of Recipes, with a hermit's recipe. Local cookbook was a third edition, suggesting its first pairing was a year or two earlier. Soft and chewy, these cookies put a smile on the faces of all who taste them. So, out there and bake yourself some spicy hermit cookies today. Sounds delicious. I'm in. Speaking of raisins, If you need a little breakfast pick-me-up, today is National Raisin Bran Cereal Day. Celebrated on November 15th, pours a bowl of one of the country's go-to cereals. Made from toasted oats or wheat flakes. There we go. With plump raisins added, these cereals have been a staple in many American breakfasts for generations. Since 1925, Since 1925, a variety of companies have been producing Raisin Bran cereal. Those companies include Kellogg's Raisin Bran, General Mills, Total Raisin Bran, U.S. Mills, and Ralcor's Post Raisin Bran. However, the first was U.S. Mills. 1925, Skinner's Manufacturing Company, based out of Omaha, Nebraska, introduced the United States to Skinner's Raisin Bran. While other brand cereals existed, Skinner's debuted the first with raisins included. Wow. I bet it was a mistake. For several years, Skinner's held the exclusive rights to the name Raisin Bran, but that didn't stop others from making their own. Skinner's Manufacturing Company had been in business since 1918. And as the country's largest producers of macaroni, they weren't going to let that go without a fight. No. They took their trademark to court. Despite being the first and trademarking the name, Skinner's lost on the grounds that the words Raisin Bran were merely ingredients. Look at it now. I feel like they should have appealed that. Raisin Bran. Get out there, whatever company makes your favorite Raisin Bran. Get out there and have a nice breakfast. I love Raisin Bran. I don't know. There's something to be said about raisins and milk. It's delicious. Delicious. Philip said he's hearing I Heard It Through the Grapevine by CCR and seeing Dancing Raisins in my mind. You know, that is I feel like you're aging yourself there, Philip. I do remember being a young man, and I loved those commercials. They were so, and looking back on them now, they were so incredibly creepy and unusual. The stop motion was not very good, and overall just creepy. But man, I used to love the singing raisins. Heard it through the grapevine. Yeah, it was great. Good stuff. I think they even tried to make that into a television series, or I don't know. They'd do anything to put it on TV and milk something cool for all it's worth. Let's see. I guess we could stay in food land. It's a big food day. You could really go to town and make some good fat stuff today. It's also National Bunt Day, or also known as National Bunt Cake Day. It's observed every year on November 15th. As people across the United States plan menus for the holidays, a bundt cake is sure to be on the list at least once. Bundt cake could be any cake baked in a bundt pan, forming it into distinctive ring shape. The mold of the bundt pan was initially inspired by the traditional European fruit cake known as the Gugelhupf. Write that down. Spell it correctly. There'll be a quiz. It was in the 1950s and the 1960s that the cookware company Nordic Ware popularized the style for the mold design and trademark the name Bundt. Nordic Ware started producing bundt pans made from cast aluminum. Similar pans are sold as fluted tube pans or other similar names. Due to the difficulty of frosting a ring-shaped cake, bundt cakes are typically served undecorated, glazed, or dusted with powdered sugar. I do love a good bundt cake. Delicious. My favorite is like those lemon cakes with like a lemon glaze. Oh, child. My grandparents, whenever they would have company over, we spent a lot of time at my grandparents' house growing up. And whenever they would have company over, they'd always have like an Entenmann's bundt cake or something. And it was always like that lemon cake with like the lemon glaze. And I still will occasionally go and buy one for company, even now. Takes me back. Nostalgia. All right, get a bundt cake today. What else is going on out there? Also, speaking of food, it's National Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day. I feel like I was a day early. I did a little bit of that yesterday. We got a new deep freezer for the garage. We can put we can go to Sam's Club, and if you're not familiar with Sam's Club, it's kind of like a Costco or a BJ's, wherever you are geographically on the map. But basically, it's like a big box wholesale, I don't know, club, store, whatever. You pay a membership, you get tons of stuff. So, yeah. Now we can go and just get meats in bulk and put it in our deep freezer. And, pull it out the night before if we plan our dinners and our meals accordingly. We wanted one for a while, and now we got it. I did a little trade with my brother. He wanted some furniture that I had. So I said, here you go, and he gave me the chest, and there we go. The barter system is alive and well in my family. With my friends as well. So so now we have a deep freezer. It's wonderful. So I did clean out our because the freezer in our refrigerator is pretty tight. We have a side-by-side. So, it's wonderful and accessible, but the freezer side is always so slim compared to the refrigerator side. And it's hard to, stockpile stuff in there. So now we got a place to put it. But yes, today officially is National Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day, and heaven forbid you only do this once a year. It's celebrated on November 15th, and it encourages us to prepare for the upcoming holidays. So get together a soap and hot water-filled bucket, disinfectant, a sponge, and a garbage can, and then you'll be ready for the day. The family gathering and a large turkey waiting to be roasted, cleaning out the refrigerator makes sense, doesn't it? Not only will we need room before the meals, but we'll also need space for all of the upcoming leftovers. Now, many dread this job. However, it is an important task nonetheless. If you have children, you should get them involved as well. Why not just pass it on down the line? Due to our hectic and busy lifestyles, the cleaning of the refrigerator gets neglected oftentimes. Hence the creation of National Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day. There may be a surprise or two found in the back of those shelves. Things are often pushed back as new food is put in the front, and the stuff in the back gets forgotten. So I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I find some weird stuff in the fridge. Jordan and I, we're pretty good about it. We clean out everything regularly, pretty regularly. Cycle things through. But occasionally we'll find something that has been missed, or, we'll go, oh, we'll use that. Oh, we're going to use that. We never use it. Philip said hairy meatloaf. Yeah, no, we're pretty good about getting rid of leftovers after only a couple of days. We always save food. I'm always like, oh, I'll eat that for lunch tomorrow. And more often than not, I don't. But we had a lovely meal the day before yesterday. Sunday night, I suppose, and there was plenty of leftovers, and that's what I had for lunch yesterday. So I'm quite proud of myself. But I think those leftovers will be thrown out soon. But yeah, I've looked into some refrigerators, and I'm not going to mention any names. I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I've seen condiments that have been expired not for months, but for actual years. Years expired. That blows my mind. Not that it was put in there years prior, but it had been expired years prior, which means it had been in there even longer. Ketchups and salad dressings and things like that. Scary stuff, folks. So today's the day, as Mel Fisher would say. Get out there and clean out your refrigerator. You have a reason to now. All right. What else do we have here? Oh, for those that like to give, today is also National Philanthropy Day. Philanthropy? Philanthropy. That's the word. That's how it goes. That's like pulling a word, trying to read it, but knowing how it's pronounced. Philanthropy. November 15th, National Philanthropy Day honors those who give back to their communities. Here's a little tidbit. The word philanthropy comes from the Latin and Greek philanthropia, which gives us kindness, kindliness, humanity, and love for mankind. From this, we take the philo, which means tending to or fond of, and join the anthropos, meaning mankind or human beings. So I've taught you something new today. Write that down. Also on the test. Philanthropists give their time and money in ways that provide a lasting impact. So you could be one of those people today. There's a philanthropist in all of us. Take that however you like. And finally today, it's America Recycles Day. Each year on November 15th, millions of people across the United States take part in America Recycles Day. The day raises awareness about recycling and the purchasing of recycled products. How we recycle and reuse products are important. For example, one-use water bottles flood America's waterways and landfills at a rate of 60 million per day. Reducing this number can be achieved with water filtration devices and using portable, reusable drinking bottles and cups. So reduce waste by repurposing old or reusing old items. One of the best ways to do this is by shopping at secondhand stores. Who doesn't love to go thrifting? Not only does it prevent items from ending up in the landfill, but it also saves you money. The old adage, one person's junk is another person's treasure. That holds true. These stores offer more than you might imagine, from clothing and furnishings to kitchen items and replacement parts. If you've never shopped this way, you should consider it. One area where we excel at recycling is aluminum. Imagine that. In fact, the U.S. recycles about 65% of its aluminum, and that's more than any other recycled item. So keep doing the good work and just raise a little awareness about recycling today. We try here in our house, since we have a recycling can now. We try to do our part. So there you go, and that's your national days. Every day is a day to celebrate, and we hope that you are celebrating today as well. All right. We got some good news in the local news area here in Jensen Beach. A Jensen Beach man won $1 million. $1 million from the Mega Millions ticket, or Mega Millions game, and it was bought at a local Jensen Beach Cumberland Farms. Jeremy Eastman, 50. I can't believe his name has been put out there, but Jeremy Eastman, 51 years old, he claimed his $1 million prize from the Florida Lottery's West Palm Beach district office. His ticket matched all 5 of the white ball numbers drawn, but did not have the same number as the Mega Ball. He bought his winning Mega Millions quick pick ticket at Cumberland Farms off Savannah Road there in Jensen Beach. Now, the next Mega Millions drawing is at 11 p.m. today with an estimated $207 million jackpot. I may just have to go out there and get myself a Mega Millions. You know, the Powerball's got me wrapped up in this, man. It's not really about the money. It's a lot for the excitement. I mean, yeah, the money would be nice, but the excitement of potentially winning a jackpot is really fun. And the Powerball, I think, has really lit a spark back under the lotteries, because almost $2 billion, a single ticket, was the winner of that jackpot. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Philip, going back to National Clean Your Fridge Day, I just saw this comment. He said, never know when you'll need that taco sauce pack from Taco Hell. It's true. Hey, man, I have a number of fire sauce packets in my refrigerator. I put that shit on everything. It's wonderful. Oh, man. Yeah, Mega Millions. Might have to get down on that. I'm hooked. But don't you worry. I'll let you know if I have a problem, a gambling problem. And Jeremy, if you're out there listening, hey, buddy. We should be better friends. And speaking of local, finally, again in the news, here we are with Artemis 1. But I think, knock on wood, might actually happen tonight. NASA, of course, pushing forward with their Artemis 1 launch after clearing hurricane-related damages. As the headline reads, NASA continues to push forward with the Artemis 1 mission to the moon. It's currently set for liftoff early Wednesday morning, despite earlier concerns about hurricane-related damages sustained by the rocket at Kennedy Space Center. Managers gathered again yesterday to discuss the readiness ahead of the 1:04 a.m. Eastern Time Wednesday, November 16th launch, and agreed to proceed with the countdown at Pad 39B once again. It will mark the opening of a 2-hour window to fly the Space Launch System rocket and uncrewed Orion capsule on a 25-day mission to the moon. NASA officials two primary concerns ahead of their mission. The management team, or the MMT, for their meeting yesterday. An electrical connection issue leading to a fueling and support umbilical, as well as a portion of caulk-like material that was stripped away from the Orion during Hurricane Nicole. The rocket had to sit at the pad during the storm as teams lacked the time to roll it back, which in some cases is a multi-day process, over to the Vehicle Assembly Building. Mike Serafin, NASA's Artemis mission manager, said during a briefing yesterday the team needed a little more time to assess our overall risk posture. Teams replaced an electrical connector in an attempt to fix the first issue, but some static was still detected as of Monday. Serafin, however, said it was well within the limits, so they're going to go for it. Well, who's going to stay up? Who's going to stay up with me? And or go to sleep and wake up early. One of those two things. 1:04 in the morning is where they're going to lift this off. Maybe we'll finally get this bad boy off the ground. That'll be good. We have some entertainment news. Not very good news. So we'll start with the least bad news, I suppose. Jay Leno is recovering from burn injuries following a gasoline fire, according to a statement from the hospital where he's being treated. Amy Bennett, a spokesperson at Grossman Burn Center in Los Angeles, told CNN that Leno was in stable condition, being treated for burns that he received to his face and hands from a gasoline accident in his garage over the weekend. The statement said he's in good humor and is touched by all the inquiries into his condition and well wishes. He wants to let everybody know that he's doing well and is in the best burn center in the United States. CNN, of course, has reached out to representatives for Leno for comment. Leno, as we all know, or if you don't, now you will, is an avid car collector, and he was working on one of his vehicles in his garage when it reportedly burst into flames. The former Tonight Show host told Variety, "I got some serious burns from a gasoline fire. I'm okay. Just need a week or two to get back on my feet." Leno, 72 years old, canceled an appearance at the Financial Brand Forum conference in Las Vegas on Sunday. What do we say? An email to conference attendees said his family was not able to provide us with many details, but there was a very serious medical emergency that's preventing Jay from traveling. Now we know what it is. All we know is that he's alive, so our prayers go out to him and his family tonight. The conference had billed Leno as a special opening night performer for attendees who purchased a gold pass for the event. So we send our best out to Jay Leno. Hope he heals up and is back in the game in no time. That's scary stuff, man. That's scary stuff. Being burned is, I don't know, it's a bit major fear of mine, I suppose. So, a story I neglected, unfortunately, or missed to report yesterday was that the comedian Gallagher passed away over the weekend. And obviously I knew about it, but for whatever reason, it didn't make it into my stories yesterday. So because he was so formative in my younger years, I did want to talk about it. So comedian Gallagher, best known, of course, for his watermelon smashing comedy routine and many popular specials in the 1980s, passed away Friday morning. That was according to his manager, Craig Marquardo. He was 76 years old. Mind-blowing. According to a statement provided by CNN by Marquardo, the comedian died after a short health battle and passed away surrounded by his family in Palm Springs, California. Gallagher, born Leo Gallagher, became a household name in the early 80s with a comedy special titled An Uncensored Evening. The first comedy stand-up special ever to air on cable television, in fact. Gallagher's most famous bit involved a handmade sledgehammer he called the Sledge-O-Matic, which he would use to smash food on stage, spraying the audience. That was something else he liked to claim credit for, which was physically engaging the audience in that manner, according to his obituary. I have a story about Gallagher when I was a child in primary school or middle school, I guess we would call it. As most middle schoolers do, you get sick, you tell your mommy that you don't feel well, and you get to stay home. And so I would stay home, and at the time, AOL, America Online, was still a thing, and I would go and I'd take the family computer that was in the family computer room, and I would disconnect all of it. I would bring the whole machine, and, like kids these days, they don't understand. We had what we called CRT screens, right? So there were these big, huge box monitors and these huge tower computers, no laptops at this point. And I'd pull this whole thing out to the living room and set it all back up on the coffee table. And I'd have television running on Comedy Central. And I'd watch Gallagher reruns all day long. And type in the chat rooms on AOL because I'd run the telephone line. We'd have a big, long telephone line. I'd run it all the way from the computer room out there. Man, 1998, folks. Life was never better. Was it? What were you all doing in 1998? I want to know. I promise I won't make fun of your age if it's, working my job or something like that. But, oh, man, I was being sick and staying home from school and eating snacks, talking in chat rooms, and watching Gallagher on television. What a time to be alive. So, Ceylon Gallagher, thank you for the comedy and the entertainment. Another person passing on, John Aniston, of course, of Days of Our Lives fame. A veteran actor, of course, known for his daytime work on the daytime drama Days of Our Lives, passed away. And if you recognize his name, it's for good reason. His daughter, actress Jennifer Aniston, she shared on Monday that he had passed away. He was 89 years old. Jennifer Aniston wrote in a statement shared on Instagram, said, "You were one of the most beautiful humans I ever knew, and I'm so grateful that you went soaring into the heavens in peace without pain. And on 11/11, no less, you've always had perfect timing. That number will forever hold an even greater meaning for me now." The Friends star, she began her post by writing, "Sweet Papa, John Anthony Aniston." The actor, of course, appeared in numerous television series and nearly 3,000 episodes of Days of Our Lives over the course of his very long career. Aniston concluded her caption with, "I'll love you until the end of time. Don't forget to visit." So Ceylon John Aniston. I remember watching John Aniston on Days of Our Lives, sitting with my grandmother. No idea what was going on. Always so dramatic, enthralling, even as a child. All the drama. But I remember watching him on that television show. Philip said, R.I.P. Victor. Yep. Caracas. Victor Caracas, I think, was his name on that television show. Oh, man. 89. That's a good run. It's a great run. I'll take 89. I feel like anything past 80 is pretty good. Really enjoy those years because, man, you earned them. Well, there you go. That's some entertainment news there. Not good entertainment news, but news nonetheless. So, sail on there, John Aniston. Let's take a quick music break. When we come back, I got some music news, some big music news, and then I'll hit you with our celebrity birthdays. And I got some shameless plugs, and perhaps we'll get you on your way there. Mike Lebeck tuning in. Coffee time. Absolutely right. You're just in time, Mike, for a little music, and I'm feeling like perhaps we should play some Lebec music. Let's take a look. Let me find it here. We'll do that. Unless it's not on Spotify, Mike, in which case I can't play it. We'll figure it out. Maybe for the second one. Here we go. If Jordan's still listening, this is for her. Here's Indian Town by Abby Owens. We'll be right back. You're listening to Jams and Coffee in the Morning.
I remember when we were kids, we'd go running through the grove. We were chasing fireflies, not knowing that we'd get old. And I remember everything, and I know that it makes me. I remember everything, and I know that it makes me. We were born down in Indian Town. Our daddy worked on big machines, packing oranges till the sun went down, and chasing those honeybees. And I remember everything, and I know that it makes me. I remember everything, and I know that it makes me. Mama tells me that we were born at home there 'neath the orange trees. We all wait in vegetable scale. It's a story that most don't believe. And I remember everything, and I know that it makes me. 'Cause I remember everything, and I know that it makes me.
All right, we're back. Jams and Coffee in the Morning. That, of course, Abby Owens there with Indian Town. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging with me this morning here on Jams and Coffee. Big news. Post Malone. This guy, listen, if you're sleeping on Post Malone, you don't even have to like his music, but you can't deny his momentum. And he just shattered a huge record with his single Sunflower. It's now become the highest certified song in RIAA history. Post Malone and Sway Lee's Sunflower, which soundtracked Marvel's 2018 Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse film, is the highest certified single in Record Industry Association of America history. The RIAA announced Monday the Grammy-nominated track was minted 17 times platinum on Monday. This means it notched its fifth diamond certification, the most in IRAA's history. This gives Post and Sway the honor of having the biggest single of their generation. The two artists were awarded a massive plaque detailing all the records that Sunflower set on the RIAA charts. Sway celebrated the honor on his Instagram story, which sees him posing with Post Malone. 17 times platinum is different, he said. Post has yet to react to the good news. Sunflower, which was released in October 18th of 2018, soared to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and stayed in the top 10 for 33 weeks. Looking back at all the Spider-Man films, this track is the highest charting song from their soundtracks, besting Chad Kroeger's Hero, which peaked in third back in 2002. Sunflower was later nominated for 2 Grammy Awards, Record of the Year and Best Pop Duo Group Performance. So, Grammy nominations and now the highest certified song in RIAA history. And the song is actually really good, so I feel good about that. I feel it's definitely an earworm, boy. That song will get into your head, and you'll be like singing it all day long. I don't know. But very, very cool. Congratulations, of course, to Post Malone and Sway Lee for putting together a really, really, really great single in a sea of music that is just not palatable these days. It's a great song. 33 weeks in the top 10 it spent. How wonderful. So there you go in their music news today. Oh, we got some celebrity birthdays. Turning 31 years old today. Such a baby. I can't believe that she's so young. The actress who played Amy Jurgens in ABC Family's The Secret Life of the American Teenager and went on to earn the lead role of Beatrice Pryor in the Divergent film series. We're talking about Shailene Woodley. Turning 31 years old today. She also co-starred with George Clooney in The Descendants and played the lead in The Fault in Our Stars. 31. So young. Another person that's so young, because I feel like this song has been around for 100 years, but turning 34, just 34 years old, B.O.B., born, of course, Bobby Ray Simmons Jr. He's a rapper. He gained widespread popularity with Nothing on You and Aeroplanes, which became a #1 hit on the UK Billboard charts. He collaborated with Bruno Mars on the song Nothing on You. And, of course, Hayley Williams from Paramore for the song Airplanes, which was just a huge mega hit. So B.O.B., 34, he's such a baby. So young. Turning 48 years old today, Canadian singer and guitarist best known as the front band for, you may have guessed, Nickelback, Chad Kroeger. Love him or hate him, they are a force to be reckoned with. He's turning 48 years old today. Of course, their singles, their biggest singles are songs like How You Remind Me and Photograph, among others. Chad Kroeger, 48 years old today, was married briefly to Avril Lavigne. There's a lovely Canadian connection there. All right, turning 36 years old today, another baby birthday. He skyrocketed to fame after being cast within the Marvel Cinematic Universe as M'Baku, as seen in the Black Panther and Avengers Infinity War films. Winston Duke, turning 36 years old today. He also had a recurring role on the CBS drama series Person of Interest. and starred in the 2019 horror film Us. So, Winston Duke turning 36. Turning 45 years old today, childhood actor who later played Timothy McGee on the series NCIS, Sean Murray. Celebrating his 45th birthday today. His other television credit include The Random Years and Hearts of the West. But he began his career in the 90s film role He began his career with 90s film roles such as Hocus Pocus and The Boy's Life. So, Sean Murray, 45. Unbelievable. And rounding out our birthdays today, turning 50 years old, actor in such critically acclaimed films as Trainspotting and Hackers, Johnny Lee Miller, turning 50. He later played the lead role on CBS's Elementary, and he was married to his Hackers co-star Angelina Jolie from 1996 to 1999. So Johnny Lee Miller turning 50 years old today. Happy birthday to our celebrities. I hope you enjoy your day. I feel like I should look and see if we have any friends that are celebrating a birthday today. Let's see. Do a quick search and see if I have any friends that are celebrating a birthday today. I do a little scrolling here. Let's see. Who's celebrating a birthday today? Oh, my good buddy Dustin. Dustin Lewis celebrating his birthday today. And Camden and Erica and Christy and Christine and Glenda all celebrating a birthday today on my Facebook page. And Joe and Adam and Kristen. Another Kristen, perhaps. Happy birthday to you, friends. And happy birthday to anybody I may have missed. I didn't mean to. It's your special day, too. All right. I have some... just a few shameless plugs for you. And then maybe I'll give you one more song and we'll call it a day. But, of course, thank you so much for tuning in. That's the biggest and most important shameless plug. My biggest shameless plug is you. Thank you for hanging out with me in the mornings. I really appreciate it. Please share the show if you really enjoy it. And if I know some of you do, and it's really, really appreciated. So check that out. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a like on this episode. That would be wonderful of you to do, and I appreciate that. Of course, you can listen to the show, as mentioned earlier, on JNC Radio, and you can find that interface on jncpodcast.com or on the free LIVE365 Radio App, anywhere that you get your apps. And it's completely free. There's nothing to sign up for. You just put it on your phone, open it up, and there you are, radio app, ready to go. Search for JNC Radio and enjoy our radio station. Since we are off on a break for our live podcast shows, go back and binge watch. You know, I wouldn't say it's not very, it's not a serial thing where you have to watch every single episode. But hey, if you scroll through and you find something that piques your interest, we hope that you watch the show and like it as well. On Wednesdays, I will be, this Wednesday, I'm not sure what episode I'm going to be redoing, but there'll be a rerun. It'll come across as live. So it'll show up as though we were going live, and feel free to watch that if you like. Last week we did Match Game, and that was so much fun. So we'll do that again. But yeah, go and roll through and check out all the things. We also have a great highlights playlist, so you can find some of our favorite moments if you don't want to commit to watching a 2-hour podcast or listening to a 2-hour podcast. But we hope that you catch up with us, so that you'll be ready for Season 5 when we dive right in. And check that out. Of course, our friends and partners at Code Rum, Hop Life Brewing, right there on my head. The Sneaky Tiki, and our friends at the Bug Juice, which I have right here. I don't need it in here, but it happens to be sitting here. A Bug Juice, they're a wonderful line of bug repellents and skincare products. So they have bug repellents. They have after, in case you don't get the bug juice on in time and you do get bit up, they have aftercare for bites and things like that. And they have just skincare products for just keeping your skin nice all the time. Jess and Tim are really great people. Jess really is in tune with how this stuff works, and she's the mastermind behind it. So check it out, thebugjuice.com. Of course, Paul, who's tuning in today, Paul from the Drums and Rums podcast. Check out all of his offerings. I believe that today is National Drummer Day. Also, I guess I missed that. I don't know if it's today or yesterday or tomorrow, Paul, but it is here, and his latest podcast reflects that. So check out his new podcast, dropped today, and, of course, Paul's live stream, biggest happy hour and a half hour on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can check that out as well. Philip says he listens to JNC Radio in the background on one of his browser tabs as he works. It's great listening if anyone could stream music while working or at home. Yeah. Yep, Paul just dropped a new podcast this morning. Yeah, he usually drops podcasts on Tuesdays if he's got a new episode to drop. So check out the Drums and Rums podcast. You, of course, could find the link to that at jncpodcast.com, or you can go direct to the source at drumsandrums.com. It'll all get there. Get you there. Yes, our Patreon page. I often forget to push it, but thank you, Mike Lebeck is our latest subscriber to our Patreon. He's tuning in this morning. It's a $5 subscription-based crowdsourcing thing, and it really is pretty cool. You know, it all kind of goes into a thing, like a little account for us, and we let it build up, and then when we're ready to do some fun challenges or something like that, we're able to pull from that and fund some of the things that we like to do here for entertainment. And it's really a fun way, and we'll put some behind-the-scenes footage up there and outtakes and things like that. When the live stream's off, our cameras are still rolling here most times. So we always come up with some fun stuff. We're going to be doing more for that page. I've been a slacker for quite a while, but I do appreciate our patrons that help us out on Patreon. So if you're interested, a link for that, of course, is on jncpodcast.com or in the description of the video that you're watching right now. You can click on there and check it out. It's $5 a month if you can afford it. If you can't, I'd understand, and I would never push you into doing that. But if you feel like giving, we're here for it. Anyway, I believe that's it, other than go and check out, of course, the Pirates and Parrot Heads Party in Paradise cruise coming up next month. Oh, my God, I'm sorry, not next month. Woo. January. I don't want to rush it. I feel like the end of the year is coming like a freight train anyway. In January 13th through the 15th, we'll be sailing out of the Port of Palm Beach aboard the Margaritaville at Sea, and it's going to be a wonderful pirate meets Parrot Head event. We got Grammy award-winning, in fact, singer-songwriter Jesse Rice sailing with us and performing at the private parties there on the ship. He is, of course, the famous for the song Cruise, which was performed and recorded by the Florida Georgia Line Band. Huge Grammy award-winning song. And so he was a writer on that, plus many, many other tunes. He's a wonderful guy, great entertainer. So, and we'll have an island party in Grand Bahama, a really nice getaway. We'll be there. You should be too. Check it out. You can find a link for it on our Facebook page. It's in our events. But I'll also probably today put a link up for that on our website, jncpodcast.com. So check it out. And that's my shameless plugs this morning. Yeah. So I think I'm going to let you guys off the hook a little early today. I do appreciate, of course, you hanging out and listening to my stories this morning. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. But I'll be back. We'll do it again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Until then, take care of yourselves. Be kind to one another out there. Broadcasting live from the legendary JNC Lounge. I'm Brad Brock. Have a great morning. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Tune in again tomorrow morning for the latest local buzz, national headlines, music news, and more on JNC in the Morning, right here on Facebook and YouTube.